called the Donkey Road.
Donkey Road.
Why the Donkey Road? Because in the past, when people wanted to open new roads, they would leave a donkey, and the donkey walks. Wherever the donkey walks, they make the road. Because it's the donkey is very smart and he can find the easiest path. It's also called Wadi Kidron or Wadi Nar, Kidron Valley or Hell Valley. Because in the old times, like thousands of years ago, people used to make sacrifices and burn them at the beginning of the valley. Human sacrifices. Be careful. That there, the top of the hill, there is an Israeli checkpoint called the container checkpoint. It's a checkpoint container.
Container.
Yeah, because it started like a container. That's why. So basically, this checkpoint was or is one of the difficult checkpoints. In many cases, I wait here for a long time, like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. See, and it doesn't prevent you from going to Israel. This is a checkpoint inside the West Bank, and it is just made to control people's life and to make it harder for them to go through different cities in the West Bank, because both sides are part of the West Bank. See, there's soldiers there.
Yes.
The other side. Yeah. So basically, it's made in a way to control people's life and to prevent them from normally living. This is the only entrance of Bethlehem coming from Nablus, Jericho, and Ramallah. Because historically, the entrance is through Jerusalem. But because Israel occupied Jerusalem, people cannot go back and forth through Jerusalem or even visit Jerusalem. We need a daily permit, a permit that you pay for in many cases. Most cases you pay for, because normally you don't get it unless you pay for it. Once you get the permit, you can go in and out. But also it's for a specific reason, You cannot just have any permit and do whatever you want in Israel. If you have a permit for hospital, you can only use it to go to a hospital, and that particular hospital. If you are outside the route, you risk prison. You risk yourself to go to prison and to pay a big fine. Thousands of dollars. And up to 6 months jail. Occupied Palestine for the first time, because occupation happened on two different stages, 1948 and 1967. In 1948, when Israel occupied Palestine, occupied 80% of the Palestinian territories of Palestine, of all mandate Palestine, which means from Lebanon border until the Egypt border down in the south. After Oslo agreement, the land was divided into three areas, A, B, and C. A area is where the Palestinian government, the Palestinian Authority is ruling, like the center of Bethlehem, the center of Ramallah, the center of Nablus, something like that. This is called A. And it's only 20% of the whole West Bank.
Only 20?
Yes. And another 20 is called B area, which is under Israeli military and Palestinian civil administration, which is the centers of the villages, where the people live in the village. And the rest, which is 60% or more than 60%, which is called sea area, and it's totally under Israeli military control. So basically, if you want to build a house or make a street or do anything in Area C, you need an Israeli agreement for that, an Israeli permission. And that's why it's empty except from the houses that are made for Israeli settlers. You know what a settler is?
Yes.
Yes. A settler is an Israeli citizen who illegally lives in the West Bank by the blessing of the Israeli government. Most of them live in settlements that are licensed by Israel, but they are illegal by international law. You know, the problem with the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, that it is on every single level of the conflict. You know, they control everything. They control the water. That's why we don't have water today in the hostel. It's very hard. They control the electricity, the internet, the streets, the land, the people, the borders, importing, exporting. See this settlement? It's the settlement I told you about. This settlement is the settlement where these Bedouins lived in until 1973. After 1973, Israel occupied it, stole all the water there, built all of these buildings. It's a huge settlement. It has more than 40,000 illegal settlers living in it. It's a Jewish-only neighborhood, by the way, which means if you happen to be non-Jewish living in Israel, you cannot go and buy an apartment there or a building, because they wouldn't say that directly, but they would say communities have the right to choose its participants. So you would go there, you would buy the place if you find anybody to sell you, and afterwards when you go live in it, the community will object about you living there, and they will refuse to allow you live there by the community itself. So the community will kick you out even if you have ownership for the building. It's the right to be racist, we call it. In Israel, you have all kinds of rights, even the right to be racist, and to form all kinds of apartheid against other people.
In Bethlehem,
Yeah.
Jewish also live.
In Bethlehem, the Jews live in settlements. Because in Bethlehem there are dozens of settlements that are built illegally on Bethlehem land, but they don't go into the center, they are only in these settlements.
Only Muslim and Christian live in center
Of Bethlehem, yes. In Bethlehem there are only Muslims and Christians. Because there are Palestinians who are Jewish. Yeah. They are not allowed by Israeli law to live inside Palestine. Yeah. See, this is a road in the West Bank. We are inside the Palestinian territories, but this road is controlled by Israel completely. Which means if you are driving here and you make, let's say, a driving mistake or something, the Israeli police is the one that is going to give you the fine, not the Palestinian police, even that we are here in Palestine. And if a Palestinian police car is driving here and they have the light on, let's say, Israeli police stop them and give them a fine.
How do you find the area A, B, C?
You just have to know it. You just have to know it. You never know. But sometimes you are in an area and you don't know really whether you're in A or C or B, unless there is a mark. But there is no mark usually. big red signs there. Like they are made in a way to scare the Israelis from coming into here. And that's why they read you're going into a Palestinian area or you're going into an area or things like that. In many cases, those they don't tell a lot of the truth, you know, because they make it seem as if you were coming into a like how do you call it, into a wild area where people are killing each other and all of that, you know. Makes it look as, oh, don't go there, it's too dangerous for your life. So, but basically, it's a way, it's made in a way to scare the Israelis from coming into the Palestinian territories because they don't want the people to meet. If the people meet, then Israel cannot rule by fear. You know, when you scare people off, when you make them afraid, you control them.
I see.
Nablus is historically the economical capital of Palestine, alongside with Hebron. Hebron and Nablus are were very active in terms of economy. Most industry came from these two cities. Tradition.
تفاح 3 ب10 تفاح.
Japanese people play very well.
Ah, thank you.
المترجم.
Because the reason they wanted to make Ramallah the way it is that they wanted to start the Palestinian capital in a city that doesn't have a lot of roots. You know, they didn't want a city like Nablus that is very, very deep in roots. People have the identity, the cultural identity, and that's why Ramallah. But mainly mainly speaking, Nablus is the city with the most character in Palestine, the best food. Here, this is the most famous knafa in Nablus and in Palestine. It's called Al-Aqsa knafa. And as I told you earlier, the knafa in Nablus is connected by the name, and that's why it's called knafa Nablusiya, because it started in Nablus. It's different layers. The base layer is cheese, white cheese. The top layer is crust made out of macaron that they make it here. That's the sausage. My first job, I had 5 years old. So I should by now I should be on retirement. When I was 5 years, I joined my father. My father was selling sweets in the street, was selling sahlab and drinks. So I was assisting him all the time in Bethlehem. Yes. Afterwards, when I was 7 years old, I started working by myself without my father. Started selling newspapers. When I was 10 years, 10, 11, 12, 13, I worked in ice cream distributing, and I worked in sweets making. I was working in a place that makes kunafa. I was all the time working when I was a child until when I was 16 years old. An Israeli bomb went off in my hand. I hate having a boss. So I was fired from every single job. Yeah. I couldn't bear having somebody giving me orders.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Yes. So I was working like that until I became like 27, 28 years old. So at that age I had a job in 2013. I had a job where I was too good in it. So nobody fired me. So I fired myself. I fired myself. I was the HR at that job. I let myself go and I went to Poland to learn Polish. Studied Polish language and then I came back to work in tourism. Since 2015. I was back in 2015, beginning of 2015. So I made I started the hostel and I started the tours and I went back to university to study as a tour guide. Yes, I have people from all around. Like yesterday we had 2 girls from Germany.
Oh, Germany.
We had 1 guy from Ukraine. Ukraine. Ukrainian.
Oh, Ukraine.
And we had a couple from Australia. We have you from Japan. Me from Palestine. My fiance from Poland. So yeah, we had an international meeting. But you know, the reason I started working in tourism is that I love traveling, but I cannot travel. So basically for me, having a hostel and leading tours is the way I travel, because I travel through the eyes of my guests. I travel through the stories they tell me. Now you are here, you're gonna share with me 1 or 2 stories from your traveling, from where you were, from your country, if you don't travel so much. You're gonna tell me, oh, I like this food and I like that food, this food tastes like this food tastes like that. I learned today from you that Japan and Indonesia has very strong relationship after the catastrophes, for instance, which shows that it's almost as if I was in Japan and heard it from somebody else. Sometimes people come from these countries and they bring snacks. I try these snacks. This is good, this is bad, I like this, I don't like that. You know, I can try food, I can try experience, history, stories from these people. That's why I like it. Did I change? Definitely I changed. But you know, in what way, I don't know. I think I just I have bigger eyes. I think because of the whole thing, of the whole experience of working with tourists. Bigger eyes in terms of that I can see more. I have more stories. I can tell more jokes. I can, you know, it's very beautiful. With all the positive and negative experiences that you get, because nothing is pure positive or pure negative. I mean, every nation and every country and every people have their own fears. You know, when you have too much, you start paying more attention to smaller details. And to be honest, I wish one day my people will be that silly to look at small details, which means we are going to be leaving the occupation behind us. Because as long as there is occupation, as long as there is hardships, really hard life, people need the positivity to stay strong. Once people start turning to smaller details, it means the bigger problems are gone. And we always can make a problem of anything, you know, as humans. So basically, I envy your people that they can be negative on these small details. Because if you are annoyed because, I don't know, you don't have a good paying salary job, it means you have a job. But if you don't have a job at all, you cannot be complaining about the low salary. In Palestine, there is a big, like a very high percentage of unemployment, especially in Gaza. In Gaza, unemployment rate could go up to more than 70%. So I bet nobody in Gaza complains about low salary because there's no salary at all. See what I mean? So basically, yeah. You know, because the people in the Palestinians who live in Israel are two parts. Some of them are citizens of Israel, some of them are residents of Israel. Those who lived in Palestine before the 1948 and stayed there, they didn't move or they managed to hide and stuff like that. They, a few years later, they had the Israeli citizenship, and that's why they are citizens of Israel. But the Palestinians who used to live in Jerusalem before the 1967 occupation, they were not giving the Israeli citizenship, they were only giving the Israeli residency, and that's why they have no right to vote, they have no right to live abroad without losing their documents, because if they live outside Israel, they lose the residency. That's why they don't have the freedom of choosing where to live, whom to love. Because, for example, if they are in love with a Palestinian from the West Bank and they want to live together, they can't. Because if the person from Jerusalem lives in the West Bank, loses his or her residency, and if the Palestinian from the West Bank wants to live with his partner inside Jerusalem, they can't, so they don't allow. So occupation controls everything, even love relationships. Up to the right.
Yeah.
When are we divided? لا That's why it's delicious.
Yeah. Oh.
Coffee?
Hey, coffee.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
كردمون.
كردمون. شكرا. لذيذ.
No name, مفيش لها اسم بس انه
طاولة هي.
this is they call it table. Table of coffee.
Table of coffee.
Yeah.
In Arabic,
طاولة.
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 what kind of city? Bethlehem.
The city of Jesus.
Oh.
The city of Jesus.
معقول الكاميرا بتسجل كلام هذا.
That's where is Jesus born, in Bethlehem. That's why all the tourists come from all over the world. They come here. You know, Jesus is not born here. You cannot see no tourists.
How much do you sell a day?
Depends, you know. Sometimes I don't sell nothing. Sometimes, you know, it'll be good. He married 3 girls.
Oh. Three.
Big family.
Big family.
You need help, this guy, if you can help him.
Yes.
If you can help him. 22 boys and 1 girl. He have children.
22 boys.
22 boys and 1 girl. He told me
many
to
boys.
help him. He's a poor.
When did he start this?
انت بلشت
اشتغل سنة.
1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
year.
Why?
سنة.
He used to work with the antiques, antique coins, you know. Yeah.
Antique coins.
Yeah.
Why did he start the coffee stand?
بقول لك ليش انت بلشت تشتغل؟
ما في عندي شغل، ما في شغل. ما ندخل على إسرائيل.
Nowhere. He cannot go to Israel. So that's why he make coffee. He want to live, you know. He want to live.
يعني سوي سكر.
So, where did he sell the coin?
When?
Where?
Where? You know, friends. They sells for friends, you know.
No shop.
No shop, no.
Oh,
Like me, I sell in the street, you know. He sells for people, he knows that.
then work and start selling coffee.
1 year.
Yeah.
1 year.
I think they are Muslim. This is the Catholic.
This is Armenian.
Armenian.
Armenian
It's not
church.
no problem.
No problem.
Oh. So
He's a friend for the Armenian.
how many cups does he sell a day?
Depends.
Depends.
كم من كاسة بتبيع كل يوم بسأل؟
والله بنبيع 50 60.
50, 60. Depends.
After COVID, how about?
Nobody work in it. 2 years. You stop working.
Yeah.
Everybody's caring from each other.
What is the best memory of your life?
The best memory?
Best memory or best experience in his life?
شو أحسن إشي في حياتك؟
والله ولا يوم كان.
No
No money, no شيء.
no day nice for him.
مستمر القبر. زي جبل.
زي جبل جبور.
قول له زي جبل.
سمونا القبور. عمره ما شاف يوم سرور.
وقصة مال القبور.
عمره ما شاف يوم سرور.
ولا يوم شفت يوم سرور.
He don't see no day happy. Three ladies he have. How come he wanna see nice
No
life?
money, no cigarette,
Yes,
no
three
cigarette.
ladies, good.
No cigarette. No money cigarette.
What is his dream?
شو أحلامك بكلها؟
أحلامي اصير ملياردير.
He make he like to be millionaire.
Cafe Cardamona, cafe Cardamona, but where from Tiliano? Cafe Cardamona. Welcome Tiliano, Cafe Cardamona.
Does he help his father after graduating high school?
No, he stopped school. He don't go to school.
ولا فيش معه مصاري يدخل في سكول.
Because to help his father. He don't study. He don't study. That's a big problem.
مهند.
Muhammad.
امبارح تبقى.
Muhammad. Wow. 17 years old.
Yes.
Oh, 17 years old. What do you like to do?
شو بحب أنا في حياتي؟
ودي لعب.
What do you like to do? What is your hobby?
شو حابب تسوي في حياتك?
تتجوز.
بحب أتجوز.
You like to be married.
そうか。じゃあ、he is looking for the lady.
انت عمالك بتدور على وحده تتجوزها.
فيش مصاري.
ولا فيش مصاري.
You don't have money.
money,
No money.
no money.
No money, no honey.
بدنا بيت هاوس.
He need a house for that. He need the car. He need everything. You know. You don't have money to get married. حلام لا حلام.
كافيه كاردامونا.
Cafe Cardamom. His dream to sell coffee, to make money. You know.
This is Masjid Omar Khattab, my friend. Masjid Omar Khattab.
masjid.
Omar Khattab, good.
Here. Here. Two daughters.
Two daughters, Natalia and Nicole. Nicole and Natalia.
Live in Palestine.
Palestinian.
そうですか。
Christian Palestinian. I have one girl, she finished the university, and one, this is the last year. You know, one she study and one she work in reception hotel. But they don't give her much money.
بدها مشكافة حساك. خش خش.
Japan. Oh. Yeah. 비디오 비디오.
Hi, my friend.
오. 너무.
How are you?
Fine.
Today no work. me.
Today no work. Always. What do you do for work?
For this in the tourists. أي ما أنا عارف روح من هنا أسرح مع الغنم. This for tourists. In the people here. Palestinian no work. No job.
なるほど。I see.
I need money for my family. You understand? I need money for eating. I need money for my mom. You have no work, no job. Please, Japan. Japan, help me. In the next time you coming, help me. You have maybe 5 brothers, sister and brother. No money for eat.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
صور يا غالي صور. اسمه التصوير. صور الشباب الطيب، صور الولدان.
عواد يا عواد.
Sit down. قوم قاعدة محل.
You have time now.
Yes.
You want to go to see their house, me?
Are you a house?
Yes.
Oh, good. Oh. Yes. Okay, shoot. 面白いな。
Very nice there.
دير بالك على مهند.
Nice.
Yeah, I will tell you something. There, before 3 years, there was a man. His name is Abu Samir. He was bought a coffee like this, but he is dead.
Oh.
Yeah, he dead for 1 year. My father take the idea from him, you know, and do the same thing. But my father add something to the like tea, cappuccino, Nescafe for the coffee. And my father doesn't have work, you know. It's good for get for small money from the tourists to get help.
1 year ago,
Yes.
you asked Nativity Church to open the coffin?
Yeah, we talk with the policeman around the nativity. They allow to us to do that because the nativity allow for that man Abu Samir to do this work before.
The permission.
And we all the time help the tourist and give the tourist knowledge about the nativity and help the tourist to go to the nativity or the mikvah to help us, help them all the time.
You have to pay money to police?
No,
No.
Police is a good man here. It's work free with us. With all.
Or do you have to permission for Israeli?
What?
Do you need to permit to open the cafe?
قول له ممنوع
No,
ادخل
no,
اسرائيل.
no,
Israel.
big one.
انا ممنوع ادخل اسرائيل انا
Like this, it's okay.
Okay.
But big ones, not good.
So no need Israeli permission.
No, no.
ليه تقول له عاوز اذا كانوا بيسجل بلاش ينزل
My father talk about the nativity church. We know nearly about all the padre and father work in the nativity. We know him. We know them all. And the relationship between us and them is very good. No problem.
يعني قول
We
له
don't,
اهلنا
we
الخورة
don't
اهلنا
make any trouble there. You know?
قول له الخورة اهلنا
You are Muslim?
Yeah, we Muslim and the Christian are all together, like the brother. Yes.
الاخوة
Is there friendship with Jewish people?
Jewish? There's no Jewish people in Bethlehem here. But outside Bethlehem, there is a lot of relationship between the Palestinian people and the Israeli. Most of Palestinian people work inside Israel.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, there is work for them in Israel. But here in Bethlehem, no Jewish people.
それは
It's not for Israel, Bethlehem. It's for Palestine.
なるほど。Jewish people live in settlement?
What?
Settlement? Jewish people live
Like this, yeah.
Only at that area.
Yes, like this.
They don't come to Bethlehem.
Sometimes when it's trouble, when some
trouble.
people make problem for Israel from Bethlehem, Israel Jewish soldier of Israel come inside Bethlehem to get them outside, you know, in the prison.
Okay, I see.
We live in the town near Herodion Palace. You know about Herodion Palace? Herodion.
Herodion Palace.
Khalil.
Herodion. Your family
Yeah.
live for a long time there.
Yeah, about 100 years. My grandfather started from my grandfather. His name is Musa. He built a house in the town before in 1940. About
This Sordo
this is Herodion Palace.
والله العظيم دار السعيد بعين
Herodion ね。
الصلاعات بعين أرض العبد يسبح عندي بالشوارع النساء
すごいとこに住ん
بعد
でる。
الشوارع
The sheep. This is the sheep, my friend.
صح بدلو يعطيك العافية يا عم
ما شاء الله حلالة.
すごい。
Yeah, Nakba in 1948.
1948.
He is 1958 maybe. 58. 58 صح يابا؟
أنا 66
لا ايوه لا سنة الميلاد
57
57
57
1957
そうか
after 9 years from Nakba.
in the sheep street.
Sheep Street
My father is the big boss in the family. You know, when he tell us something, we must respect the messages from him. You understand now?
I understand
This is Gamal.
This is the camel. This is my uncle home. To the left. This is the camel. See? Yes. Will be pleasure here.
Gamal.
犬ちゃんがどうもアサラム本当だなぜキャメル
Oh, Gamal. Hello.
おおうわー怖いうーうわーすごい 羊がへえへえ
They're good, yes?
Good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very, very good.
Very good.
200 shekel. No money, no money.
Okay, okay, okay.
500 shekel. No money.
まあ200 shekel, okay.
ما بخشيش تب.
Good house.
Yes. Two house.
Good house.
3 home. 3 home.
お、ハロー。
Welcome.
いいね。
Jai.
シュクラーン。
Very good.
Radid.
هذا الحج ها.
How many children?
والله شحات.
My father has seven son and 9 daughters. This my brother is married. He has 3 daughters.
Oh.
The guy we saw in beside the nativity.
Oh, yes.
He also married. He has a son.
So, 3 wives and 16 children and 10 grandchildren.
Yeah, 33. The family, 33.
قلت لك يا حسين نزرع مثلات الفكوس.
شو سامي؟
صباح الورد.
هات لك تلميذ.
Please tell me your name.
My name? My name is Sammy.
Sami Kadowaki from
Kadowaki. Hello.
From
From
Japan.
where? From Japan. Hello, Sahla.
Video.
Video. Yes, coming. And do you know this man?
Who?
This one.
Who?
Conan O'Brien.
Eh?
Conan O'Brien, American actor, comedian. يا ما حلى الفسحة يا عيني على راسي البر أو القمر نور عيني عيني على موج البحر تعبان يا قلب خيو هواك رماني يا ابو عيوني وساع حطيت بقلبي وجاع بعطيك عمري وثلاث ارباع من عيني ورسمالي. يلا.
Thank you. شكرا.
عفوا.
Yeah, good place.
Welcome. Enjoy your coffee.
Thank you.
الله يسلمك.
자. 오, 나온다. 이야, 스코이다.
صحة. وليه تعالي.
شكرا.
ما شاف عيوني ما ودعوني
Were you born in
ما
Bethlehem?
شاف عيوني راحوا وحدي خلوني يا عم حبي بعده جديد لسه ما هناني وما ودعوني.
You make coffee with singing?
With love. I must to make it with love. It will not be nice. If I make it without love, it's not nice.
Were you born in Bethlehem?
Yes.
This house?
No.
No.
Behind Bethlehem. Behind the church.
How long have you been running this coffee shop?
Here with my father and then me. My father, he was here and then I am.
That's a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
اقدع قبل ما يقدح.
Yeah. Bye.
I want to go to see picture here.
Oh, yeah. I already
Finish?
finish. これね、ビッグショー。
Yeah, yeah. Excuse me, shy. Excuse me, shy. ايش احط
سوى عينه من يراك واحنا عينك ماما
이네.
ואת ה-75% אני מחלק לך לשניים.
בסדר, 100%. My name is Nadia. Do you know anything about the village? No. Okay, then it's a good opportunity to have some information about the village.
Yes, please.
Okay, Cana of Galilee, it's Arab village nowadays. It's 80% Muslims, 20% Christians, and known by the first miracle of Jesus when he converted the water to wine. And for this memorial, there is 3 churches in the village called Wedding Church from the 19th century, and down of one of them there is the ruins of a synagogue from the 13th century, because the village was Jewish village till the 13th century. From 13th to 17th century it was destroyed by natural disasters, and since 17th century till nowadays it's Arab village. This is about the village, and it's considered one of the important stations, Khan of Gali, as a holy place for Christian believers, and one of the important stations in the route pilgrimage from Nazareth to Tiberias. And oh, we have a lot of music. Sindiana of Galilee is Arab and Jewish women fair trade organization.
היום אנחנו עושים הזמנה של אוסטריה, זה במקרה שמן זית אורגני, אקסטרה וירג'ין.
1, 2, יאללה! יא סלאם!
The king and the queen of our product is the olive oil. Inside the bottles here we have extra virgin olive oil from the best olive oils in the world. And in the labels, we have the values that we promote with our work as women, as mothers, as Jewish and Arab, in order to create social change and to create bridges between our communities, for us, for our children, for future generation, to convert this place for a better place to live in it, first of all.
Yes.
Yeah, and instead of extra virgin, in our bottles there is extra positive olive oil. Extra unified, extra hopeful, and extra peaceful. Yes. And this very nice words and colored word was designed by our children. As a fair trade organization, we promote 3 goals. First one, it's empowering women in lack of education and profession, because the organization, the idea of the organization started a lot of years ago by Arab and Jewish women peace activists. It started as a mother school, how to support women in lack of education to support their children in homeworks. And soon they understood that these women also lack profession, and they are growers of olive oil, of olive trees. And then started the idea selling small bottles of olive oil in a small room. Slowly it started to become to sell to restaurants. And at 96 we become officially NGO. What the meaning of the word Sindiana? Sindiana, it's in Arabic. It's mean oak tree. It's alone in Hebrew. And the tree is symbolized the connecting with land for all the local communities. And slowly understood that in order to make sustainable economic method and to be able to maintain our social project, we need sustainable economic method. And then we became a social business, because in Israel, NGOs, they cannot legally, they cannot have business activity. They just lay on funding, private fundings or any kind of funding, but we don't lay on funding, then we lay on our social business. From selling our products, we are maintaining our activities. And women, they can come and learn here several skills that can support them or their life, like basket weaving. Other things that women can learn here, cooking, language. This is one of the most skills that needed in order to have more opportunity to work. Here in Israel, the official language is Hebrew, and even you don't need it in the street, but all the official papers, the administrative, public places, everything you need the Hebrew. And Jewish women that want to collaborate and want to work with Arab women, they need the Arabic. Yeah. And the second goal that we promote here, if we talk about language, it's the issue of common life. We are 2 nations sharing the same homeland, but most of us, we live in separated villages, separated cities. Our children, they grow up in a different education system. Arab system, Jewish system. The Jewish system, we teach Hebrew and English. Arabic, it's a choice. In the Arab system, we learn Arabic, Hebrew, and English as an obligation. But since we live in a separation, not everyone practices Hebrew. And this is also make it harder for pupils in the Arab community when they want to go to the university, they need to pass the exam of the language. Even they have very nice notes, they cannot get in with without the exams of the language. It's win-win. When we know the language of each other, it's good for everyone. We can communicate better, we can collaborate better, we have less fear from each other, because it's very strange if you hear a language in the street in our situation. Just imagine our case, our situation. If you walk in the street and hear a different language that you don't understand, and there is a tension, there is problems, you will get fear. Yeah, because you don't understand what people are talking around you. Yeah, it's happened to me a lot of times. Unfortunately, I remember myself when I was 20 years old. Young lady was afraid. There was a situation, there was a bomb in a bus, and I was in this situation, and I went to public phone to call my mom to tell her that I'm okay. Yeah, and people hear Arabic and they start getting in panic. Yes, and they start saying, she is. You know, I remember this situation. I was so afraid, and people, they don't understood that I'm calling to tell my mom that I'm safe. Just from this situation, yes, how much we need to learn the language of each other in our situation. Yeah, it's just sometimes it could be matter life or death even. Yeah, and I think this is our duty. We are the peace activists, the social activists, to bring this awareness for our space, because sometimes some of us from all sides living like this, living in our bubbles, and we don't give a recognition, or sometimes we're not aware for the existence of my neighbors who are different from me, who have a different language, and in order to connect, at least to ask, even I don't understand, maybe to be willing to ask, because the person in front of me, in this moment for me, he's not a Jewish or Arab, he's a human being. واحد اثنين ثلاثة وبدأس أربعة وخمسة يعني واحد مني.
أنا جبت لكم رز مع لحمة وسمنة والأشياء. This is my lunch. Very healthy.
Mr. Dani is what your position?
Operation manager. Operation manager.
Operation manager. How long have
Yes.
you worked here? How long?
How long? Indiana since 2014.
14.
But I volunteer in Indiana since 98. So we have a long road together.
We try always to have a balance, you know? For example, in the management, in the offices, it's all mixed. For example, here in the visitor center, more or less I have the same. I have also other 2 Jewish ladies that working with me here also as assistants.
מי שחולה לא יגיע לעבודה.
אין בזה מלח. אני אביא מפיות. Downstairs in the factories, the work that don't need much skills, mostly are Arab because we are situated in Arab village. But in general, we always try to do the things that everything is common, and it's to give a space for who need it, without any definitions if it's Arab or Jewish. As an organization of Arab and Jewish, and since you are putting Arabs and Jewish in the same frame, we are like two politicians. We want or not, this is part of our life. And there is people who like what we do, and there is people who don't like what we do. Yeah, you know, once in a grocery here, I explained to one man, I didn't know, I wanted to buy something, and he said, who are you? I said, I'm here from Sendai of Galilee. I say, this is the organization that teach women not to listen to their husbands.
新潟県新潟市生まれ育ちですね。大体ですね。途中で転勤とかもあるんですけれども、はい。 大学進学の時に仙台に来て、そのままずっと仙台で活動してこのことも始めてっていう感じなんですけれども、フィリピンとか韓国の民主化の時期とか、そして東欧の体制変換、そして湾岸戦争っていうあたりがずっと中高生の時にあったので、やっぱりいろんな衝撃を受けたというか、もう国際情勢についても関心を持って、なんか新潟ではその頃韓日本海ブームで、当時はソ連ですかね、まだの船員さんたちが新潟に中古車買いに来たりとか、そういう時代だったので、やっぱり東北アジアの方に関心が向いてたんですけど、ちょうど大学入った年にいわゆるパレスチナ・イスラエルの暫定自治合意のオスロ合意があって、それに疑問を持った、本当にこれで平和になるのっていう問題山積みすぎですよねっていうあたりの違和感が関わるようになったきっかけですね。大学2年生の終わりにパレスチナにスタディツアーで行く機会があって、それでとにかくもうガラッといろんな関心とかの持ち方が変わったっていう感じですね。10日間のスタディツアーだったんですが、とにかくそれが今にパレスチナに関わるに至る一番のきっかけというか衝撃というか、それまでやっぱりパレスチナのことある程度知ってるつもりだったとか、本読んだり、テレビの特集を見たりとか、行ってみてもう行ったその日からすごいなんかな、あそっかっていうことの連続で、最初にガザに民泊最初ホテルか、その後難民キャンプの民泊とかもあったんですけど、明け方着いてまだ暗い中着いて、朝起きてこう窓をカラッと開けたら真っ青な海、地中海が広がってるわけですよね。地中海かみたいなね、そっから分かってないみたいな、言われてみれば地中海の東側なんですけど、そして難民キャンプで民泊させていただいて、すごい女子高生とかと女子トークが盛り上がりまして、当時私もだから20代前半ですよね。で行って、なんかこうダイエットの話とか男の子の話とか、いかにも女子会トークで盛り上がって、それがなんかそうだよねって、なんか特別な人じゃなくって、普通にみんな学校行って、お母さん洗濯して掃除してね、買い物に行ってみたいな、で子供たちは学校に行ってっていう当たり前の暮らしがここにあるんだなっていうことに、それまで全然気が付いてなかった。いや、思えば当たり前なんですよ。誰だってね、毎日嘆きから死んでずっと家にいるわけじゃないので、いろんな生活があるはずなのに、それを想像すらできてなかったんだなっていうことに気がついて、それでその後からいわゆる政治とかっていうよりも生活のことをもっと知りたいって思うようになりました。オリーブオイルの生産者のガリラヤのシンディアーナってところ団体ができて、プロジェクトを始めてっていうことを知ったんですね。それが私が大学院の1年生の時ですかね。でその後、ちょうど短期なんですけどパレスチナに留学することになって、でその時に生産者さんの方たちの方を訪問してっていうようなことがありまして、やっぱりこう私は外から見てこう伝えるとか、あるいは研究するとかっていうのより、一緒に中に入ってなんかする方が好きだなって思ったんですよね。フェアトレードとか現地のその活動を支えていくって言った時に、特に農作物ですしね、一定数を毎年ちゃんと入れてやっていかないと、なんかやってるっていうからにはちょっと数百本入れてイベントで売りましたっていうのではなくて、お互いに仕事としてしっかりやっていくレベルじゃなきゃちょっとやっていけないなって、それは現地に対しても販売するお店に対してもなんですけれども、これを仕事としてやっていこうっていうふうに割と最初の段階で思いました、やっぱりシンディアナの活動が珍しいっていうのは多分その通りですよね。例えばその家屋破壊、パレスチナのね家屋破壊に対してイスラエル人の平和活動家の人たちも一緒になって反対運動をやるとか、そういうの活動ももちろんありますし、デモやるっていうようなやり方もいろいろありますけれども、それだけじゃない、あるいは、ね、対話しましょうみたいなグループもありますよね。でシンディアナの立場としては、一緒の方向を向いて一緒に何かをするっていう、それができると見せるっていうあたりが重要だって考えているっていうのも聞きますよね。
Here in Israel, officially, the Arab community that live here, they call us Arab Israelis. But we are Arab Palestinian Israelis. Okay? We Arab Palestinian. Because to say Arab, it means any person who speaks Arabic is Arab. It could be anywhere from this planet. But politically, this is the identification that they gave to us. To define, to make a difference between us here and from the Palestinians that lives outside of the country. Okay? And here in Israel, you say Arab Israelis, that we are the Palestinians who live in Israel, that we account about 2 million. And the Palestinians who live in the West Bank, Gaza, and there is Palestinians, refugees live in Jordan, Lebanon, like part of my family in Lebanon. Syria, till today there is refugee camps. In Gaza there is refugee camps. In the West Bank also there's still refugee camps of Palestinians who moved in the time of the war from here to other places when they escaped in the time of the war of 48. Okay, and Palestinians from the Palestinian Authority, if they want to come to work here, they need a special permission, and it's not always possible.
From their
The Israeli authorities. They need,
they
need a permission from the Israeli authorities.
このパレスチナの問題はなんかこう宗教的な話だっていう方もいますが、中川さんはどう思われますか？
いやいやね、だって長く一緒に暮らしてきた歴史があるので、それは現地に行けばねよくわかることなので、宗教の対立っていうのは全く違うんだって、宗教を利用する人がいるだけでと思いますけどね。イスラエルの建国自体もね、宗教的な人がたちグループが建国したわけでもないですし、まあ基本はやっぱりこの100年200年のもう19世紀末からのやっぱりそういう植民地化とか、あるいはまあ長く言っちゃえばね国民国家とかね、そういうところ、ヨーロッパの国民国家でそういうところの派生なんだと思いますけれどもね。植民地とかそういう問題を考えた時に、イスラエルがやっぱり入植地とかね作っていく時に、まあ、戦略的なことも含めていい土地、水が豊富だったり、土地がね需要分高いところだったり、あるいはまあ戦略的に山の上の方だったり、丘の上の方だったりとか、そういういい場所をやっぱ取っていくわけですよね。そう思うと日本の満州開拓とかああいうね、まあ今はさすがに開拓って言葉使われてないと思うんですけど、ああいうのっていや荒れ地を耕したんじゃなくて一番いいとこ取ったに決まってるよねみたいなのが想像しやすくなりましたよね。例えばじゃあイスラエルがひどい人たちで自分たちがもう全員いい暮らしをしていて、パレスチナの人が全員ひどい暮らしをしてるかとかそういう話じゃないじゃないですか。イスラエルの中だってすっごい格差があって、そういうね今の軍事国家の歪みを受けてるところもあれば、いい思いしてる人たちもいればとかってあるので見えたりとか、あとはまあだから支援の問題とかで自分が関わることによってね他のこと見えてきたりもありますよね。それは広げちゃうと震災支援の話にもなってくるんですけどね、特にやっぱり短期の支援と長期の支援とか、結局交通アクセスのしやすいところにねもう被害以外の団体だと行きやすいとかね、なんかでも最初からもともと国際支援をしていた団体の方が東日本大震災の後に長期的な視点で入ってきてたよねっていう話はあったりして、そういう経験はあるよねとか、あるいはその短期のお金とか物資が必要な時と仕事が必要になってくるとかいう時期とか。でもね、なかなかクラフトっていうのその場ではわーって震災支援のクラフトも売れましたけどね、それが続いていくかとかね、そういういろんなことはパラレルにってるんですかね、重なって、そうですね、震災前までもあったけど震災後に余計いろいろ思ったっていうこと、両方を理解しやすくなったというか、まあそういうところもありますよね。
Here in the visitor center, do you have visitors from all over the world, or are they mostly from Israel, or mostly from 80% from all around the world, 20% only locals, Arabs and Jewish.
And what parts of the world?
We have a lot from all around the United States, Canada, Europe, even sometimes now not from Russia, but before the pandemic from Russia, even we had from Poland, from Sweden. Lately also we have youngs from Sweden. We work a lot also with the Jewish federations that bring youngs Jewish from the Jewish community, Birthright, Taglid, Masai Yehudi. we work a lot with these groups also. And it's open for everyone. We open also even with politician people. The last month we had senators from Chile. We had from the United States, and it was a delegation of a black woman. Yes. Also, yeah, we work with agribusiness. Agribusiness, it's representative of representative of governments from developed countries that they come and learn here about agriculture and social initiatives. We have students from all around, students that learn mediating, that learn conflicts, that learn Middle East history, that international relationships. A lot of kinds of people come here, and even simple people that just want to come here and to pass good time. Sometimes even bar mitzvah families, they come and make activity here.
20年ずっと現地と長くつながっている。それはそれこそ1回行って様子見せてもらいましたっていうだけではなくって、もう長年取引をするから毎年行くし、向こうのね家族スタッフの方でお子さんちっちゃかったのがもう大学生で働いて結婚して子供生まれてるみたいな、ね、20年ってそういう人世代の時期なので、そういう形で長くこう付き合って関わってっていうのもありますし、日本国内でもやっぱりお店の方とかで、お店じゃなくて個人のお客様でももう10年20年ずっと買ってくださってる方たちがいるので、そういう各地ともすごくなんていうかな、つながりができる。で、特にうちの商品をね扱ってくれてるお店などやっぱり面白い活動を地域でしてるところも多いので、そういう全国にそういう面白いことをしている、しかもいろいろ頑張ってるなんていうか方たちとつながってるっていうのは、これ自分にとって刺激でもあるし、心強いことでもあるし、それは始めるまで全然気が付いてなかったことだったんですけれども、今はすごい大きな財産っていうのかなと思ってます。
その開業したのは1988年の12月なんですけども、その1年ぐらい前にいろんな人が集まって働き場を作りたいっていう話が出て、それまでいろんな市民活動をやってる人たちの中で一緒にやろうっていうことだったんですよね。一つは私は障害者に関わってたし、もう一人の人は在日外国人、特に韓国人の人ですね。その当時指紋オーナーズっていうのが問題になってて、そういった運動をやってる人とちょっと知り合って、でうちらも学校とかでね、障害ある子が普通学校へっていうことで運動してきてて、やっぱり学校卒業の行き場とかっていうのもちょうどどうしようかって話になってたところで、一緒にじゃあやってみようと。だから最初は障害っていうに特化するんじゃなくて、そういった在日韓国人の人とかといった班である人たちも一緒になって、みんなごちゃごちゃやってる場を作りたいねっていうような感じで話が始まったのが最初ですね。ミラーさんの方からじゃあせっかくこの輸入したオリーブ油を使ってクッキーできませんかっていう依頼を受けたのが最初だったんですね。で当然クッキーだとね、バターとかマーガリンが普通なんだけども、じゃあちょっとそれを使わずにオリーブ油でじゃあやってみましょうかっていうのが最初ですね。バターとかマーガリンと違う独特の風味が出るので、それがいいねって買ってきてるお客さんがいるので、うちとしても当然その一つの特徴のあるクッキーとして売っていけることができるんですね。うちはオリーブオートミールの他にネグロスクッキーとかコーヒークッキーってそのフェアトレードの 原料を使ってるクッキーもあるので、そういったところからそういうクッキーを仕入れたいとか食べてみたいっていうことでお話しいただくことはありますよね。パレスチナのその生産者の方が、皆川さんについて、日本に来られたことがあって、その時にここも立ち寄っていただいたんですよね。どちらもあそこがふるさとってね、自分たちの土地という思いがあるんでしょうから、なんとかね、平和にお互いがいいような形で、難しいんでしょうけどね、解決できる方法があれば一番いいのになと思うし、でも今現状でやっぱり圧倒的にイスラエルの方が力が強くて、パレスチナの人々が一方的にっていうような、状況があるっていうのはやっぱりそれはなんとかまずはやっぱりパレスチナっていう国家としてちゃんと認める必要があるのかなとは思いますし、うちらのクッキーがね作ることによって少しでもなんかビビたるもんなのかもしれないけど、力になれたらそれはそれで嬉しいかなっていう感じですかね。
If we talk about identities, we talk about how we dress, okay? This is sometimes how we dress, sometimes it's sign about our identity or our faith. In my case, I grew up in a Muslim traditional family, and my dress nothing have to do with religion. I practice values that more religion, but in my family, I have a sister's covered, I have nephews covered, and I have not, some of them. I have a brother, he's religious and pray 5 times a day, and I have brothers don't pray. I mean, in our family, everyone choose what he wants to be, okay? And in Israel in general, the Muslim community and the Christian community, when we say Arabs, Israelis, we mean Palestinians, Arab, Christians or Muslims, okay? And there is also the Druze community. They consider they have a part religion, and historically they divided from the Islam, and they have a lot of things common with the Islam, and the feast more or less is the same. But they have their secret religion. But they divided from the Islam. There is family, they are religion, and they oblige their children to be religion. And there is families don't oblige, and everyone, like my family, we part religion, part not, okay? But it's not mean that we are not in good relationship. Right. They decide to accept each other. It's not matter if we are religious or not. My mother, she was religious, she was covered, she prayed 5 times a day, she feast Ramadan every year. I never remember my mother, she missed Ramadan. Only when she was sick. Until she passed away, till she had her mind, she did it. Yes. And she never obliged us to cover. She said, I tell you what's supposed to be, or the values that I come with, and your choice to do what you think. Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. She was great mom.
Do you have any Christians in your family?
Sorry?
Do you have any Christians in your family?
My husband.
Oh.
If I have a Jewish in my family?
Yes.
Yes. I have 5 nephews Jewish, and I have a daughter not biological Jewish. Officially, she's not my daughter, because in the state of Israel, as Israel, I cannot adopt her officially. But for me, she's my daughter, family. Even the state don't consider that. Yes, she's 25 years old.
And she's Jewish.
Yes, she's Jewish, Sher Namadi. She lives now in Beersheba. She's studying. And Christmas time, she will be with us here in the north.
Oh, yes.
And we celebrate Pesach, we celebrate the Jewish feast with her. She celebrates with us the Christian and the Muslim feast. And we enjoy from all the feasts. We are not friars, we enjoy from all of them. And also there is Arab men today, they live a different style. With Arab women, and also they some married with not Arab women. Okay, it's very often in the Arab community that there is more men married not Arab than the opposite. Yes, usually there is men get married with not Arab and the woman that married with not Arab, it's very strange. My case. I cross all the I cross all the red lines. Let's say. Yeah, but I know also there is slowly life change, and you want or not, cultures they mixed, religions they mixed, and people fall in love. How much you can still stop people from fall in love across the religion and culture and language? We are human beings.
人権とか自由とかって私たちには全然もともとそんなにピンとこないというか、まあね、教科書で習う言葉ぐらいの感じでしたけど、パレスチナに20年関わってるとどれだけ人権とか自由とかが大切なのかっていうのはすっごいひしひしと思いました。尊厳とかね、それはすごい感じますね。それ身近なものとして感じるし、あとその誰もがっていうところ、本当にね当たり前の普通のっていうところで思うと、そのパレスチナでもそうだし、まあ、日本に住んでる、まあ、在日の外国人の方もね皆さん含めて、あるいは非正規だろうが前からの方だろうがですけど、そういうのも思いますし、私も去年から優生手術被害者を優生手術被害者と共に歩む宮城の会の方にちょっとだけ参加させていただいてるんですけど、そういう中でもだからもうみんなやってるんだから、当たり前に、ね、みんなが持ってる権利を持って、ね、自由に尊厳を持って生きていきたいっていう当たり前のことを求めてるだけで、それが勝手にされてきた、ね、過去があるし、自由に生きたいって言ったらわがままとかって言われちゃうみたいなね、そんな変な話があるわけですけど、みんなが当たり前に生きたいっていうね、いうのはなんかすごくなんだかな、分かるって言い方で、なんだろう、パレスチナでこう関わってきたことがあって、今改めてそういうことに関わると、なんか地続きの話なんだなっていうことがすごくなんだろう、実感としてとかなんかね、腑に落ちる感じで分かるなって今思ってるんですよね。